welcome to your weekly update of Daily Reptile News. Now, if you are unaware, the schedule has changed to Fridays, and for many reasons, including but not limited to, it's a slow time of year for news. It happens every year at this time. It slows down, a little bit harder to put things together. Mainly though because of my desire to spend more time within the reptile hobby, as well as working on more reptile related filming projects as well. So you're I don't know if you're probably not going to change it. The news is still posted to the website daily, as you may have seen this throughout this last week. But the videos, once a week, weekly update maybe is a good name for it. I don't know. You be the judge. Leave a text, comment, or video response below. And moving on, wildlife officials at the state level, Florida state level, as well as the federal level, have said that contrary to Animal Planet's retardation, it is very, very unlikely that you will be attacked or eaten by a python in Florida, anywhere in America for that matter. They are saying that the pythons, for example, a 15-foot python they found that ate the deer about a week ago, is very, very rare, and they more likely find 4 to 8 foot pythons that are not going to attack people or eat people or whatever. They say nonetheless, it is never a zero possibility, and they won't say to keep your children away from tall grass and blah blah yada yada when you're in areas where the pythons exist. And that being said, the deer, of course, that the python are eating, as well as the alligators, put you at a much bigger risk when you're out in the Everglades than the actual pythons do themselves. So Animal Planet, up yours. HSUS, up yours too. And moving on to another story, Reese Witherspoon. Many of you may have seen the news story on the website, or maybe anywhere on the internet. Reese was apparently seen photographed with a python purse, I guess you could call it, and she's actually, and God, there's two sides of this story, and I hate stories with two sides to them. She's given it up. Apparently PETA pressured her. PETA again, fuck you PETA. Sent her a video with one of her co-stars in one of the movies she was in, Joaquin Phoenix, showing her the way that snakes are skinned alive and everything. And oh my God, please, people, I know there's viewers out there that support PETA, and I fully support your decision to support whoever you want. I personally think PETA's a bunch of dumb shits. I think they waste time, they waste money, they collect money for stupid stuff that, they don't do what you think they do, but if you want to support them, that's fine. My problem here is, more often than not, the footage that PETA uses for these videos, that's not generally the way it's done, at least not here in America. Maybe in some third world country where the people really just don't give a shit like that. But and that's not to say that it's not done sometimes, but generally speaking, that's not the way it's done here in America. So I hate those videos they put out because they're so one-sided, and we all have to understand, and I know this is kind of hard for a lot of you to understand, and it's kind of feels weird to say, but we all have to understand that there is a market for, I don't know if you'd say wildlife, there's a market for pets, and with that market, there's a living market and there's a product market, and that's just how it is. And there's absolutely, I don't understand how we could possibly fight for our market, which would be the living market, the pet trade, the exotic animals that we love and keep, but then again, speak out against the product market. So yeah, I don't know. I know everybody's kind of got their own feelings. I think everybody kind of knows my feelings. I mean, I'm not too keen on products, snake skin, alligator skin, furs, or whatever. I think if they're taking farm-raised animals and butchering them, using the meat for food, the skins for products and stuff, I think that's a whole different story. Trophy hunting, going to kill something just for its skin, killing the elephants for their ivory and stuff, I don't agree with that at all. But it is what it is, and I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. And my biggest problem with this story is we talk all the time on the social networks, right here in the comments down below, we talk all the time about, the mass majority of us, most of the people that watch this show are from America, and we talk a lot about losing our rights in America. And this is somebody who wanted to own a snake skin product who was forced to give up her right to do so. That kind of pisses me off. You know, it's, again, it is what it is, but, you know, big SUVs clog up the atmosphere, but who are we to say people can't own them when they want to, and then get pissed off when people say we can't own our pythons? I think most of you will see my point and agree with me. But let's move on anyway. And now we're going to talk about the Weber State University, where apparently a building was not completely evacuated, but workers were allowed to go home for the day because they had found several rattlesnakes in the building. And apparently some key people within the key administrators or whatever in the building decided to stay voluntarily, but most of the people left. And this strikes me as really funny that, you know, this university is right kind of on the border of a nature area, and it strikes me as funny as it goes right along the lines with people going to the parks and crying and bitching about the snakes in the parks. I mean, you're there, you're in their area. But something that really jumped out at me about this story that I thought was awesome is they actually had I believe it was a herpetologist, it was somebody, ecologist or whatever, there in the university that actually collected these snakes and brought them a mile and a half or whatever out into this nature area and released them. And that, my friends, is, you know, that's an awesome outcome. That's an outcome I like. I'm sure that's an outcome you like, and that's an outcome we can live with, you know. I kind of laughed at these people for being scared of some little itty bitty rattlesnakes, but I have a huge amount of respect for not only the person that removed them, but for the entire administration. Because generally speaking, when snakes are found on a commercial or industrial or any sort of business or place of employment, they're rattlesnakes at least are killed. That's just the general rule of thumb, at least in this area. So knowing that they were released, really awesome. Kudos to them for doing so, and keep up the good work. And that, my friends, has been all your news for this Friday. If you'd like to read any more about these stories, that link's right down below here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White, and now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other, and we might see you later this weekend.
Feel the teeth puncture your skin.